Hey guys, Bnates Gamer, and I'm back with another video, and today we have even more Mortal Kombat versus info. There was a lot of info in a Q&A with Touch Arcade, as well as Alex Charb, who is the creative director on Mortal Kombat versus, kind of just answering questions on Twitter. And we also have 3 exclusive screenshots from Touch Arcade as well. So huge thanks to them, and let's just go ahead and get right into it. So let's first start out with the Twitter. So Alex Charb, the creative director, tweeted, or someone tweeted at him, in which country was launched, or will be soft launched first, and he said it'll start in the Philippines, and then more countries will be added over time. So make an account for Philippines, okay? Make an app store account for Philippines. Get ready to download that, and just you might start next week, as I said in my last video. So be hyped. You guys are gonna get this in your hands very soon. I am so hyped for this. Like, just playing it and then giving them feedback and stuff, and for the global launch would be just great. So honestly, I would take the soft launch as a beta per se. I'm not sure if when it's fully launched they're gonna kind of reset everyone's stats. I'm really not sure about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And so Haxer actually asked a really good question. He said, if you are aiming for some esports after launch, how will you balance the game if some people pay and unlock stuff faster? So that is a really good idea. Alex said, we will have tournament mode where all players are set to the same level. More details on eSport will come soon after soft launch. That's really good that they're keeping sort of the balance for that. And then another question is, will soft launch be on iOS or both Android and iOS? And he said iOS only at first. So there's that. Now, on to the Touch Arcade Q&A. So we got a few stuff. I only took some of the questions that were kind of key that I thought were, good to talk about. So first, what steps have you taken to ensure that Mortal Kombat Versus continues to live up to the franchise's standards for top-notch graphics and visuals? So basically, they define just their entire world now. They're making it sort of like a more kind of lively world with all these characters, and they say they've changed the physical based rendering. They have a new engine which gives it a new physical based rendering, so the agents and their weapons and environments will react dynamically to the lighting, and just basically the graphics that we've seen from the pictures in game gameplay look phenomenal. I'm not sure what device the game could handle, but I mean, I'm not sure. I really doubt I don't know, an iPhone 4 can handle. I'm really not sure about that, but there hasn't been any sort of specs for any devices yet as to what it supports, but so we'll just have to see and wait for that. Now, another question is, lately GameOff has been soft launching its games in select countries before releasing worldwide. How will this strategy benefit Mortal Kombat Versus, and what are your goals during soft launch? So this is actually very true. A lot of mobile games nowadays are just kind of soft launching. Some just people don't even know that it's soft launch, and then they release it globally. So it's a good thing to do. It kind of puts the game out there for certain places, and then they test it, and then they patch it, and then they release it worldwide. So it's a pretty good thing to do. And they said their goal is to constantly gather feedback, making tweaks and improving the overall experience, just making it more balanced and everything, and just taking feedback. And I really, really, really hope they take the feedback, because I actually have a lot of feedback as well. So just as long as they take everyone's feedback into consideration and do what they got to do, then that'd be great. So again, take the soft launch as a beta. That's how I'm going to take it. And just know that everything in the soft launch is not going to be final. So GameOff entered the esports since last year by partnering with ESO for MC5 tournaments, which is great. And MC5, had updates. They even had a sort of spectator mode, which is really cool, which I actually got to play with last weekend, which is insane. And so esports, is definitely on their radar. Of course, we want to ensure we have a solid, balanced game. And so it says after soft launch and global launch, they'll take a look at that. And then they do say that there is one feature that they will be offering during the soft launch, and that is private custom matches for clans. So that's awesome. So we get some interesting, just right off the bat, not even out the game is out, just before the game is out, soft launch, there's custom matches. So there you go. So with a total of 12 playable agents for players to choose from in the soft launch, how do you ensure that MCVS retained balance and fun gameplay? So I'm actually curious about this too. And so basically, they said that the 4 roles really help control the overarching balance. For example, attackers are typically stronger than against defenders, but overall they may perform weaker against assassins. It's very much like a rock, paper, scissors setup. So in a way, guys, the best game that I can compare Mortal Kombat Versus to, just to give you guys an idea, I'm not comparing it, just, directly, but I'm just going to say, like, Monocombat Versus is very similar to Overwatch. If you guys have never played Overwatch, basically, there's like a bunch of characters, each with their different sort of like abilities. Like, there's the attackers, there's like the kind of tanks, the defenders, there's the kind of snipers, the ones that really like kind of stay back and protect. There's like these elements that are kind of the healers. And so basically that's what they're trying to do for this. They're trying to get, your team in Monocombat Versus to really kind of switch it up. Definitely for esports, it will be interesting. And so there'll be, ones that are, attack really, really well, but have low health. There are others that have a lot of health, but don't attack too much or don't hurt too much. But they're just kind of tanks out there, So it's pretty interesting how they're doing. They each have their own sort of unique ability, same as Overwatch. Once you play or you get kills or just over time, you get your ability that you can use. So it's very much like that. And honestly, I love Overwatch, so this is kind of good news for me. For me specifically, if you guys aren't really interested in this sort of kind of idea of FPS, then do let me know. But honestly, I think this is an interesting idea. They're kind of going a completely separate way. This is like a completely different Monocombat, game. It's not Monocombat 6, it's Monocombat Versus. So it's a completely kind of, it's branching off of the series. But it's, still with the same kind of core elements, as they say. So another big issue, or just a big issue that's been going on, is the controls. People have been very confused about that. I've been getting a lot of tweets about it as well. So the controls, may catch a lot of players off guard at first. What do you have to say to put their minds at ease? So FPS controls have always been a challenge on mobile, and I agree. A lot of people still don't know how to use it. So there's a very steep learning curve, and basically they want players of any skill level to kind of just pick up and play the game, which I understand. And they want to take away the mentality of shoot first, kill first. So, but they do want skill-based gameplay for all play styles. So basically, they say of course, like when if your crosshairs on a guy, it's going to start shooting automatically. So you have that for new players. But then for the hardcore players, they will provide a shoot button like the previous Monocombat games, as well as a plan to support controllers. So there's that. Now another thing is that there's always a fine line between pure skill-based competition and the potential for pay-to-win aspects. How do you address this topic? Now I'm very, very interested in this, and this is what they have to say. So the thing that's great about the FPS genre is that there will always be an element of natural skill, which I completely agree on. In Monocombat Versus, really focus on ensuring fair and competitive play at all times. For example, players who want to become more competitive over time can upgrade agents' health and damage, but as they get promoted to higher leagues, they'll be matched against players of similar skill, which provides a necessary and fundamental counterbalance. Now, I'm a little skeptical again. There's two things that I'm a little skeptical on just from all the news that we've received today. One, you're able to upgrade your agent's health and damage. And, they said they're going to try to balance that. And with that, they're saying, there's leagues very similar to MC5. So basically, you're going to get in the league after playing a few matches, and then you'll be playing people of your similar skill level all the time, is what it looks like. And MC5 had a problem with this because they did the same thing with the league system, where they kind of made it so you always play with people with your similar skill level. And there were a lot of people complaining, including me. As much as I love, going against people with my similar skill, I feel like that itself should be a completely separate mode. I feel like that should be just like a competitive mode, and then like there's public mode, where you can just play and just, it's just people of random skill. Like you don't know what their skill is. So you just play and you have fun. And it's just, that's the kind of way that I want, but it looks like it's just going to be, skill-based matchmaking. So I can understand, the whole thing, but I mean, I'm a little skeptical about it. I mean, again, we'll have to see what happens, with all the feedback from players, but let me know really what you guys think right now in the comments. What do you guys think of this skill-based matchmaking? I'm really curious what you guys have to say. They did release actually 3 pictures, which is very interesting, very high res. So here's the main menu of the game. Basically on the top, you have your kind of like dashboard there. You got credits, as well as kind of diamonds. So I'm not sure what those are going to be used for. And then it says like literally in the middle, Bronze League, you battle now. That's how you play multiplayer. So it's a multiplayer only game, remember. So Bronze League, it says you're 800 points, whatever. That's what you are, and you're bronze. So you play against people of your similar skill level. There's leaderboard. There's, you can look at the leagues, and there's contracts, I'm guessing, which will give you currency maybe from doing the contracts. And with that, once you finish the contract, you might get currency, and with that currency, you can get these packs that I see on the bottom, which are most likely going to be cosmetic only, as they said in my previous video. They said, skins for your characters, weapon skins, special kill signs, And so, I mean, there's that. So it looks like it's going to be cosmetic only. I really hope. And then the next picture, we actually see all 12 agents that are going to be in the soft launch. So you guys can see them all right now. These are, kind of mixed, with the attackers, the defenders, the assassins, and what's the other class called? The specialists. So I just like all of them looks really, really cool. Again, this reminds me a lot of Overwatch, kind of having your own character. And you're just like, oh yeah, like I want this character. This guy's my favorite, like something like that. Like it's really cool. So if you actually look on the right, it says Minu is one of the agents. She is, I believe, an assassin one. And if you guys look, she needs 3 core charges to unlock, like I think super speed is what she has. So she'll run for like faster for a certain duration. She has 700 health, and then her damage is 45. I'm guessing that's what it is. And so each character again has, maybe defender has like 2,000 health, but less damage or something. So it's interesting how it plays out like that. Again, if you guys don't really understand, do check out Overwatch. They kind of understand it a lot better than I do. And then they have sort of like once you click on once you tap on one of the agents, here's one of them. This is Ghost. And it looks like, that's his core status. You can upgrade it with coins. And then you see his ability is neutral cloak. So with 4 core charges, he can go invisible for a short amount of time. And each agent will kind of have their own specific class. So I guess this one's a shotgun guy. And then alternate action is stab. So this is all just very overwhelming. I know we're getting like all this stuff today, and it is just beyond, crazy stuff. But tomorrow, guys, I will have another video, or today, I guess I'm uploading this pretty late. But tomorrow sometime in the afternoon ish, I'll have a video kind of going more in depth on the agents, and even something you haven't seen before. So just do stay tuned for that. And again, let me know what you guys think of all this down in the comments, and I hope I didn't make this video too long. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.